What will make the Phoenix test a success in your eyes?
Just if we can, the drivers and stuff can come out of it and really notice a difference. I don't know what they're bringing, but I imagine, aero stuff and tires and, gearing and RPM, all that type of stuff. So, yeah, I just hope that there's something that we learn from it that's an improvement. Because in the other ones that they've tried, it seems like, there's a lot of hope, obviously, and then you leave and it's like, it was actually worse. So hopefully we can find something that's a little bit better.
Yeah, we had a pretty good run through of what they're going to do, kind of procedure-wise, when we had our meeting with NASCAR before the season ended. So I have a pretty good idea. I don't know if it's changed or not, but yeah, I am ready to get back behind the wheel. I think that'll be nice. It will give me a pretty good break. It'll let me actually focus on doing productive things for a little bit. So I am excited. Hopefully we find some good stuff at that test. I know we got a lot of things to try, and hopefully we can improve that package a little bit.
What will make the Phoenix test a success?
Yeah, I think if you just have some good notes from it, if you can take a handful of things, that, hey, I think this helped, let's continue down this path. I think you're just looking for a way what path can we continue to go down to try to help it out. So hopefully we can find some of those things, and I think that'll make it fairly successful.
Honestly, I have no idea. I'm going to go there and participate and hopefully do a lot of learning, but actually I do know what I'd love to get out of there is about 300 more horsepower, but we'll see if that happens.
I was just going to ask, what do you feel NASCAR needs to do to get this right?
Yeah, horsepower for sure. That's my opinion, and I'm sure that if you ask a lot of the other drivers, they're going to say the same thing.
And why would that make the difference?
Everything that we're fighting is being masked by no horsepower. So, we need tire wear. Horsepower induces tire wear. We you talk about dirty air, but if you have more horsepower, you're able to pass a lot easier because you're not just trying to inch up on someone, right? The runs become a lot bigger, and the style of racing that we have right now is just so much momentum-based racing, and passes take many laps. Like you're literally inching up on a car, and then whenever you finally do get beside of them, it's not like you just drive by them. Your quarter, your door, your three-quarter, you're finally clear. And if you increase the horsepower, the runs are going to become so much bigger that passing is inherently going to be easier.
Horsepower lets you capitalize. If I'm going to try to paraphrase it and tell me if I'm right or wrong. More horsepower allows you to capitalize on somebody else's mistake, right? A lot easier.
Yeah, it just increases the momentum change, the momentum shift. Whenever people lose momentum, you're going to really lose it. Whenever you gain momentum, you're going to really gain it. Where the race cars that we have now, it's just everything is kind of in slow motion.
Yeah, we have a ton of changes coming at us of different packages, right? So I think the biggest thing we want is just to see how to get better racing, better opportunities. Looking for tire fall off, you're looking for less dirty air. We've gone through and talked about it throughout the last couple of years plenty, and what we feel is right. Feel like still a proponent for more horsepower, and still feel like that's a strong candidate. There's a lot of things that want to try out and figure out if it can improve our product. I thought the last Phoenix race passing was fairly decent there. I think that not spraying PJ1 down kind of let the track go back to a more natural state, and as it's aged, and that's creating a little better racing in itself. So I'm not going to say that covers up some of the obvious races that we struggled at this year for a good racing product, but I do think that some of it will come just from us learning race cars, learning these tracks and how to make these cars better at them. But I think there's a lot of opportunities to get the racing to where we feel like we can not be so reliable on clean air when we go short track racing, essentially. But at the end of the day, aero is always going to matter. I'm going to put this in a level of education that I can understand. But our engineers will tell you this is not very accurate. But grew up racing Legends cars, and we didn't run a windshield in a Legends car. We ran screens. And the argument to me was, if you took a license plate and put it in your hand and held it out the window of your car going down the road at 45 miles an hour, it's going to rip your hand back, right? Aero's going to matter everywhere at any time. So there's no way to get rid of that. It's just a sensitivity thing, I believe. It is trying to make it less dependent on it so that we can try and be closer to each other, try and race better, and try and put on a better show at the end of the day.
I'm not going to be there, so I hope, I guess I'll watch it, I guess. I don't know. I'll probably just listen to what the engineers talk about and just listen to what Kyle says and go from there. Kind of like not being a part of tests personally, because I feel like everything changes when you go back. And for me personally, I usually leave with preconceived ideas, and I try not to carry those with me.